In a world where technology is ubiquitous, our smartphones have become more than just gadgets. They are mirrors reflecting societal norms through the lens of artificial intelligence. But what happens when this mirror reflects biases instead of fairness? Today, we embark on a journey to unmask AI bias, lurking in the apps we use daily, and explore how we can create a more equitable digital realm. Imagine navigating through a dense forest with a map and compass. You trust these tools to guide you safely to your destination. Now envision artificial intelligence as your digital compass in the vast forest of the online world. It's designed to navigate, simplify, and enhance your digital interactions. However, the accuracy of this digital compass, much like your map and compass, relies on the quality and fairness of the information it's been given to learn from. Absorbing the patterns. The birth of AI bias. Artificial intelligence, in its essence, is a sponge soaking up patterns from the data it's fed. It learns from vast oceans of information, identifying patterns and making predictions based on them. Now imagine pouring a jug of colored water onto our sponge. The sponge absorbs the color, changing its appearance. Similarly, when the data fed to AI carries racial, gender-based, or any other biases, the AI absorbs these biases, adopting a skewed view of the world. This skewed perception leads to what we term AI bias. It's like having a compass magnetized by a nearby electrical storm. It no longer points true north, leading you astray. The origin of biases. Where do they come from? These biases find their roots in various soils. Firstly, there's biased data. If an AI is trained on data lacking diversity or skewed towards a particular demographic, it will develop a biased understanding. For instance, if a facial recognition system is trained predominantly on images of light-skinned individuals, it will struggle to recognize individuals with darker skin tones accurately. Secondly, we have biased programming. Sometimes the algorithms, the set of instructions AI follows, can be programmed with biases, often unintentionally. It's like a compass that's been calibrated incorrectly from the start. Lastly, the unconscious biases of developers crafting these AI systems can also seep into the algorithms. Despite the best intentions, developers are humans with their own set of biases, which can inadvertently be coded into the AI systems they create. The ripple effect. How AI bias touches lives. The ripple effects of AI bias are profound and far-reaching. It's not just about a machine getting an answer wrong. It's about the consequential impacts on individuals and communities. Consider job recruitment. If an AI system is used to sift through job applications and it's been trained on biased data, it could unfairly favor or disfavor candidates based on gender, race, or age. This perpetuates existing societal biases, closing doors of opportunity for many. Moreover, AI bias reinforces stereotypes. For example, if a search engine algorithm learns from biased data and starts associating certain jobs predominantly with a specific gender or ethnicity, it propagates a narrow, biased view of the world. Take a real-world example of mortgage approvals, where algorithm biases resulted in borrowers of color being denied 40 to 80 more often, directly reflecting historical lending biases. Into the corporate realm, where Amazon's recruitment algorithm, trained on past resumes mainly from male candidates, unwittingly sidelined female applicants, reflecting a gender bias inherent in the tech industry. In the social sphere, a Twitter image cropping algorithm drew backlash when it favored white faces over black ones, showcasing a digital replication of racial bias right in our social interactions. In every ripple of AI bias, there's a narrative of missed opportunities for fairness, inclusivity, and a more harmonious society. As we delve deeper into the digital age, understanding and addressing AI bias isn't just a technical necessity, but a societal imperative to ensure the digital realm reflects our collective aspiration for equality and fairness. Now that we've peeled back the layers of AI bias, how does it seep into our daily digital interactions? It's lurking right there in the apps we often tap open without a second thought. Everyday apps. The silent bias. Social media platforms are like bustling digital marketplaces where ideas are the currency. These platforms use AI to filter and present information, tailoring your feed to what they think you'd prefer based on past interactions. However, this personalization has a dark side. Imagine walking through this marketplace, but slowly, the crowd starts to thin, and the myriad stalls turn into a handful, all selling the same type of goods, echoing your preferences and beliefs. AI bias is at play, creating a digital echo chamber that narrows your view of the vast marketplace of ideas. In the digital domain, social media platforms can unknowingly become amplifiers of societal biases, creating echo chambers that reinforce stereotypes. A striking example of this is seen in Facebook's advertising platform. Back in 2019, it was discovered that the platform allowed advertisers to target ads based on gender, race, and religion. This led to scenarios where job ads for nursing or secretarial roles were predominantly shown to women, while advertisements for janitorial or taxi driving positions were mainly shown to men, particularly those from minority backgrounds. Such bias and targeting reflects existing societal stereotypes and further entrenches them, creating a feedback loop that's hard to break. This instance underscores the ripple effect of AI bias in social media, extending from digital spaces into the real-world opportunities and perceptions that shape our society. Through examining and addressing these biases, we take steps towards fostering a more inclusive and fair digital landscape. The algorithms, trained on data that captures human biases, start to favor content that aligns with your existing beliefs and preferences, gradually isolating you from diverse opinions and realities. The world suddenly seems more black and white, less nuanced. This is not just about missing out on a rich palette of ideas. It's about fostering societal polarization and misunderstanding. Dating apps, the unfair playground. Now let's venture into the realm of digital romance. Dating apps use AI to suggest potential matches, making the quest for love a bit easier. However, the playing field isn't always level. Imagine a playground where certain players get a shiny invitation to play, while others are relegated to the shadows. Their profiles seldom seen, their messages rarely heard. This unfairness stems from AI bias, which might favor certain demographics over others based on the data it's been fed. For instance, if the data used to train these algorithms is skewed towards certain physical attributes, the app will propagate these biases, favoring profiles that align with these attributes. It's a digital manifestation of societal biases, making the playground of digital romance a less fair and inclusive space. Facial recognition, the faces it fails to see. Facial recognition systems are like digital sentinels, identifying and verifying individuals. However, when these sentinels are trained on data lacking ethnic diversity, they falter. Imagine being at a grand event, but the sentinel guarding the entrance struggles to verify your identity because it hasn't seen many faces like yours before. That's a glimpse into how biased training data affects facial recognition systems. Studies have shown that some facial recognition technologies have higher error rates for individuals with darker skin tones, especially women. It's not just about the inconvenience. It's about unequal treatment and the potential misuse in critical areas like law enforcement. Voice recognition, the unheard accents. Voice recognition systems are like digital ears, but often they're tuned to hear certain accents better than others. Imagine speaking, but the digital ear seems to be deaf to your accent. Your words are lost in translation. This is the reality for many individuals with non-native accents. These systems, when trained on data predominantly from specific linguistic demographics, struggle to understand diverse accents accurately. It's a barrier to the digital realm for many, making the voice of technology a less inclusive one. In each of these scenarios, AI bias manifests in subtle yet impactful ways, shaping our digital interactions and reflecting the biases inherent in the data they've learned from. The silent bias in everyday apps is a reminder of the intricate dance between technology and societal norms and the imperative to choreograph this dance with fairness and inclusivity as the rhythm. Echoes from the past. Now that we've peeled back the layers of AI bias, How does it seep into our daily digital interactions? It's lurking right there in the apps we often tap open without a second thought. As we delve deeper, we stumble upon past echoes reverberating through today's algorithms. The ghost of data past. In the digital realm, history isn't merely a tale of times gone by. It often shapes the narrative of the present. AI systems, when trained on historical data, can inherit biases prevalent in earlier times. Imagine a learned sage, wise with the knowledge of ages, yet his wisdom tainted with outdated prejudices. Similarly, when AI learns from historical data, it may carry forward age-old biases into the present, acting like a ghost of data past haunting the modern digital landscapes. For instance, if an AI system for loan approvals learns from past data where specific demographics were unfairly denied loans, it might perpetuate this unfairness, echoing past injustices in today's decisions. The unseen chain. This unseen chain linking today's AI to the biases of yesteryears isn't merely a technical glitch. It's a narrative of how the past can stealthily shape the present if not consciously unlinked. It's a call to action, not merely to see AI as a mirror reflecting the present, but as a canvas that can either carry the stains of the past or paint a picture of a more equitable future. When we talk about AI bias, it's not just about the algorithms and data of today, but about the unseen chain of historical biases that we might unknowingly perpetuate. By recognizing and addressing this, we take a step towards breaking the chain, towards fostering AI systems that are not haunted by the ghosts of past biases, but are enlightened by today's collective wisdom and fairness. As we uncover the traces of bygone biases in today's AI, the quest for fairness becomes apparent. But how can we identify and mitigate these biases as everyday users and developers? Are there signs we could look for or practices to adopt to steer our digital companions toward a path of fairness? Patterns in the code. In the vast sea of digital data, spotting biases may seem like finding a needle in a haystack. Yet, by honing our observation skills, we can identify patterns that hint at underlying biases. It's akin to noticing a recurring theme in a melody. Once spotted, it's unmistakable. For instance, if a job recruitment app consistently shortlists candidates of a particular demographic, or a search engine predominantly shows results favoring a certain viewpoint, these are patterns indicating possible AI bias. Developer biases, the unintentional imprint. The creators of AI, the developers, while masters of code, are humans with their own set of biases. These biases can unintentionally seep into the algorithms they craft. It's akin to an artist unintentionally leaving fingerprints on a sculpture, subtle yet significant. A more diverse group of creators can provide a richer, more balanced perspective, reducing the likelihood of biases being baked into the digital systems. Crowdsourcing awareness. Two heads are better than one. And when it comes to identifying AI bias, the collective scrutiny of a diverse group can be a beacon of awareness. Crowdsourcing opinions, sharing experiences, and engaging in community discussions can shed light on unnoticed biases. It's like a community coming together to solve a complex puzzle, each piece, each perspective bringing us closer to a clearer understanding of the biases at play. Having navigated the avenues of detecting AI bias, the next step in our journey is to explore the realm of solutions. How can we, as users and developers, contribute to mitigating these biases? How can we ensure that the AI of tomorrow is more fair and inclusive? Users, the vanguard of change. In the grand theater of technology, users are not merely spectators but active players. Our demands, feedback, and choices shape the evolution of digital platforms. By demanding transparency, voicing concerns, and supporting platforms prioritizing fairness, we contribute to steering AI towards a path of equity. Promoting and using transparent apps about their data use and algorithms can send a strong message to developers and platforms about the importance of fairness. Our collective voice can resonate through the digital corridors, advocating for a more inclusive AI. Developers, the architects of fairness. Developers are the architects of the digital realm, with the power to design structures of fairness. Employing diverse teams is a cornerstone of this endeavor. A multitude of perspectives can help identify and rectify biases that might otherwise go unnoticed. It's akin to having multiple sets of eyes scrutinizing a blueprint for any flaws. Utilizing unbiased data and implementing fairness checks in AI systems are pivotal steps. Just as a skilled craftsman selects quality materials and adheres to safety standards, developers need to choose unbiased data and adhere to fairness guidelines to construct robust, equitable AI systems. Industry guidelines. Navigating the path. The journey towards fair AI isn't solitary. Industry guidelines and governmental regulations can act as compasses, guiding developers and platforms toward ethical AI practices. Staying updated with and adhering to these guidelines is essential in fostering a culture of fairness within the AI ecosystem. These guidelines, often formulated by the consortia of experts, provide a framework to avoid or mitigate biases, ensuring that AI serves humanity equitably. By adhering to these guidelines, developers elevate the ethical stature of their creations and contribute to a culture of accountability and fairness in the digital domain. Continuous learning and adaptation. The landscape of AI is ever evolving, a realm where learning and adaptation are the keys to progress. Both developers and users need to engage in a continuous cycle of feedback, learning, and improvement. This symbiotic relationship between developers, users, and AI systems can foster a culture of constant refinement, progressively weeding out biases. As we unveil the myriad facets of AI bias and traverse the pathways toward mitigation, the overarching narrative is straightforward. AI, as a reflection of our digital consciousness, has the potential to either perpetuate biases or foster a realm of fairness. As we approach the conclusion of today's exploration, let's reflect on the significance of this journey and the collective steps we can take toward harmonizing our digital interactions with the ethos of inclusivity and fairness. Conclusion. In unveiling AI bias, we have navigated the unseen currents shaping our digital realm. From the silent whispers of bias in our everyday apps to the echoes of historical biases and on to the proactive steps towards fostering fairness, our journey has revealed that AI is much more than cold, hard code. It's a reflection of our societal norms, our historical imprints, and our collective aspirations. The digital companions we interact with daily hold a mirror to both the biases of yesterday and the potential for fairness tomorrow. As we step into the future, the key lies in nurturing a symbiotic relationship between developers, users, and AI systems, a relationship founded on continuous learning, feedback, and a shared commitment to inclusivity and equity. Our exploration doesn't end here. The realm of AI is vast and ever-evolving. By engaging in dialogue, demanding transparency, and striving for fairness, we all play a part in steering AI towards a future that resonates with the ideals of justice and inclusivity. So, as we continue to interact with AI in our daily lives, let's commit to being more observant, vocal, and proactive in fostering a digital world reflective of our shared quest for fairness. Subscribe to Soul and Silicon. Share your thoughts below and stay tuned as we continue to explore the symbiosis between humanity and technology, aiming to harmonize this relationship for a better tomorrow.